Welcome to Fifth Dimensional Life, Mass Human Awakening. I'm Lise, your host. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to be talking about the event. This is the big main event that is the great cosmic shift that's going to help all of us here on this planet ascend. Some people will be exiting out at this time, and the other ones who souls are choosing to stay here will be ascending into higher states of consciousness, as well as their light body, their physical bodies, all going to ascend into the fifth dimension. So there's tons and tons of information on this. There's so many prophecies. There's been lots of people seeing this. Laura Eisenhower talks about it quite a lot with the return of the cosmic ether and crystalline embodiment. Our bodies are, we have our like 7 chakras. It's moving to like a 12 and 13 or more chakra system. And then eventually we'll be moving to a crystalline body where we have a stronger direct connection with source. We're vibrating at a higher state of consciousness. Our brain will be operating in a much higher frequency, like gamma brain waves or higher. David Wilcock has a book about it, The Ascension Mysteries. He's talked about it quite a bit in some of his previous and recent YouTube videos about like the culmination. And he basically is saying like this is the second coming of Christ consciousness. And as I also discussed in my other videos too, this is, what humanity's really been waiting for. This is why we're all incarnated at this time, to catch this major ascension wave. And there's going to be lots of different solar flares, and one large, big solar flare as well. We have lots of different timelines going on, and those timelines are switching quite often. So we never know exactly how it's going to play out. There are high probabilities that it can happen at this certain date, this certain time, but it's never 100% guaranteed. So there's, again, lots and lots of information on here. Here's massawakening.org, the event and how it is connected to ascension. And as always, take it or leave it. If this resonates deeply within you, feel that through. If it doesn't, let it go. Doesn't matter, move on. But you can see here, this is all of the dark shadow work, dark agendas is going to be coming out. And it's the great awakening of that, to all of the lies, all of everything that's gone on behind the scenes, and humanity's, had the wool pulled over their eyes. And they've been stolen from, cheated, lied to, traded for advanced ET technology through the gray human hybrid programs. There's a galactic human slave trade. There's a Earth human slave trade. There's malevolent beings who've been working with certain malevolent humans, and there's there's so much dark stuff that goes into it too. But this is going to be clearing out all of the dark shadow work. All of the malevolent beings are either going to transmute, or they're going to pass away and go to a different third dimensional planet to continue their soul work and their soul contraction and missions. But here we're going to have a huge reset of every societal system. The information will be completely out there about ET life, advanced technology. So many of the systems will now be towards prosperity, healthcare, actually, taking care of people's health and longevity, healing all diseases, healing everyone, making them younger even, and everyone will be much more directly connected into the cosmic web, and will be able to have higher access, like more psychic abilities to access more information just from within the egregore systems and the collective consciousness, how that all gets entangled in there. So Starseeds, like myself and many of you who are watching this, we volunteered to come here at this time to help this cosmic shift happen. We're a huge part of this. We've awoken earlier than a lot of other people have, a lot of other humans. So, and the big thing with us right now is don't get pulled into a low vibration, whether it's the fear mongering of media, or it's just getting annoyed at that whole process. Assess your thought process, assess your feelings, and see, even though I'm bright feeling about this annoying situation happening on the planet, is it going to do me or the earth better to either be in a positive, loving, accepting vibration, or should I just stay frustrated and upset? Obviously, to choose the higher vibrational path is always best, and just, surrender in, release into, or release out, of all of the things that are holding humanity back and tethering us to the ground here, to the earth. We need to release all of the things that are, all of our trauma, all of our karmic ties. We need to just release those now, transmute all of the negative, low vibrational energy, and just, step into our power and rise up. This is the time now to ascend. And much of it is going to be, the sun in our solar system, and also our inner earth sun. They're both going to have a lot of activity, as well as our earth. And that's what's going to create this extremely intense high vibrational gamma shift, and even higher vibrational energy shift. This universal forces space goes into, question and answers about this whole event, everything that goes into it. The compression breakthrough of Earth. This is a cosmic event that happens every 25,000 years. We were in the Piscean age prior to this, and we are now in the age of Aquarius. And it's all this time of Christ consciousness, universal peace, oneness. And there's a huge war going on right now over this, because essentially the earth is like the little, a slave planet with all the humans as the slaves that are completely, many of them are unknowingly enslaved, and they're being controlled by these malevolent beings and forces. And, that is coming to an end. And all of those people, well, all of humanity is going to be freed for the next 25,000 years, or possibly even more, depending on what happens to our earth and our timeline. Again, this is kind of the same thing here. Prime disclosure pathway, cosmic love arrives. Galactic Federation of Light. Again, it's kind of like a question and answer here into the light.news. The spiritual rebirth of Earth, universal harmony, portal to ascension. They have so many great events and lots of really great courses that you can look into and study. They help you unlock your DNA and your neurological pathways and get into ascension. Um, this fellow here with our everyday lives, Michael Della Rocca, he, if you're ever having a bad down day, he is a great person to watch to really uplift you and get you really excited and also prepped and ready for the solar flash. And um, tips of how to get through these really intense, hard times. Because not only are we berated by the media and people who are programmed and asleep around us, and all of the lockdown measures and all of that stuff that we're being forced to do, um, rules, regulations, and then we're also getting blasted by really, really high intense energies, and also low intense energies as well. We're getting targeted, like spiritually, etheric targeted attacks. There's so many layers and levels to this awakening, and it's our job to navigate this in a higher vibration. This is a choice of ours to, you can go through it kicking and screaming, or you can just surrender into it and let your body and yourself flow through it. So I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on this. I've channeled some things for today. I'm going to share in the next video here of what my predictions are for 2022 and beyond. So stay tuned for that. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.